the mainstream media is going to push out a certain message with each artist, right? So if you hear a lot of some of the songs, they're the same. They talk about the same things, right? They're glorifying the same stuff,
but just in a different way on each song. But it's the same thing, yeah.
And it's perpetuating the same emotions or whatever that may come about from people listening to the music. And it's like a circle. It's like a trend, and it also ends up in the same results, man.
Impact. 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 In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your man, JaMichael Moore.
And we are the Residual Impact Podcast. Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
And then apply it to their community.
Let's grow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's good, man?
Oh, man, we back, man.
Yo, we're back. Like, the consistency is back, too.
39.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Big announcement today. I don't know if you saw, but we have officially reached 90 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah,
that's
man.
major.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you as well.
You made it to the 90 club.
Only 10 away from 100. Let's go.
What I mean? Like that's definitely an accolade, man. Like,
it is.
It's not easy. So
you absolutely right. As long as I've been on YouTube, man, like I would say about the first 1,000 subscribers are the hardest.
Yeah. And
I usually see a lot of people who are in the thousands, like they get subscribers much, much easier because you have more followers or more subscribers actually sharing your content and interacting with your content, leaving comments. But yeah, man, I can't wait till we get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. You know, of course, I can't wait till we get to 100 first, right? Baby steps. But when we get to that 1,000 mark, we working on monetization at that point. So, yeah, man. Hey, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the housekeeping rules. Mike, tell them what it is, man.
I just switched to AT&T internet this week, so I just saved a lot of money, by making the
Who mans is this?
Nah, just kidding.
Who mans is this?
I actually didn't even switch. But anyways, man, first and foremost, make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, we want to welcome you. We want to thank you. This is our home, so we want to welcome you in our home properly. Please hit that like button if you haven't. Share the video. We always appreciate that. We think everybody can utilize something that we have said. You can also follow us on Instagram, which is at Residual Impact Podcast, or Residual Impact, which is our backup page. Or you can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Residual Impact. And what else am I forgetting? Oh, leave a review.
Please.
We like reviews.
Yo, that helps out so much. So if you're listening to us on any of the podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pocket Cast, the whole nine. Yo, leave a review for us, please. It really helps us out.
For real. You be leaving reviews for them restaurants that you don't like, or you like. Go ahead and leave us a review.
Yo, for real. And we know you like us. 90 subscribers strong.
Yeah, man.
And I think we had like 84 followers on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, we're in the 390s on Instagram. So we're about to hit 400 soon.
Let's go, man.
So the numbers are going up. People are really messing with us. Yes. So I need all of you guys who truly mess with us to leave a review, please.
Yeah. Other than that, B, you already know how we do it, man. How was your week, man?
The week was cool, man. Just busting my behind, working as usual.
Yes, Lord.
Transitioning into making, clearing up a little bit of time for more focus on this right here, because I work entirely too much, which isn't a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing at all. But I want to make sure that I work more so on my dreams than helping somebody else build his. Yeah, that's pretty much what my week has been looking like. We're getting closer and closer to new equipment.
Yes,
I'm happy to say that.
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, I keep seeing those Do you want me to say the type of mics we're gonna get? I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I keep seeing those Shure mics everywhere, and certain YouTubers or like people who do like podcasts who like been doing it for a long time. A lot of times I see those people with them, and I'm starting to notice the quality difference of how they sound and stuff like that, man. And so,
do you know why you've been seeing more of it?
Why?
Because it's in your subconscious mind.
It's
like, you know, when you get a new car.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you see so many people on the road with that same car you just got.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's your focus now. That's what you've been looking at now.
Yeah, that's true. That shit's true. That actually is. It's funny you say that. That's why this year I've seen the most Ferraris I've ever seen in my life. So I've seen like at least like 4 to 5 this year, and that's like, you know, that's not a normal car that you see. But
you're right.
Yeah, man, you're right.
Yo, I've seen the most wives than I've ever seen in my life, man. Does that mean something for me? Like, hey, let me know.
Hey, possibly.
Yo, Father God, like, you're man.
Hey, you're actually right. So yes, that might be saying something, bro.
I'm just kidding. Hey, no rush, man.
Nah,
my wife will come when the time is right, yo.
And you'll be just as grateful for her as you are wanting her right now. So
big facts.
That's true.
How was your week, man? Enough about me.
This week was cool. I mean, it was pretty smooth. Just pretty much same old. You already know with the work game go. I did have some time where, you know, I was able to kind of do more than just work. And I started back editing this week. Still got some work to do, of course. But one thing I did notice is how when you work so much, it takes away from your creativity. Like I was realizing when I actually took the time to actually sit and edit, it was like, whoa, I can do some of these little stuff versus like I used to be just rushing. Sometimes I'm still rushing, but I used to rush to just, I got to hurry up and get this episode out versus now I was actually trying to like match up little sounds with stuff like that or like actually looking at different things. And it's like you actually have more creativity when you're not so boggled down with work. And
Makes sense.
So yeah, man.
And I dig that. I commend you on your efforts, yo, because you already know editing is not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's time consuming.
It is.
It's rewarding if you like doing it, but it definitely is time consuming. It can be tedious.
It can be. And here's the thing though, like with your editing an episode and me editing an episode, yo, we put out 2 episodes in 1 week.
We did.
So that was major. It kind of helped to catch us up.
Yeah.
Now we don't really have to worry about putting that disclaimer in front of every episode anymore about how some of the news is so old. Like we're almost at the point to where we really won't have to put that out because the news that we talk about will be a little bit more up to date. Yeah, more relevant.
I agree with you. I think that's major. And you already know that's the way you got to stay in these people's faces, I guess.
Of course. So with that being said, we in your face now. And welcome to the show. We're about to start the show off right today.
Welcome. So, B, what do we have first today on the docket, in your words?
Hey, well, first things first, man. I wanted to give a huge shout out to this dude who I think is an icon, man. An icon in the entertainment industry. I actually grew up watching this dude on TV, as I'm sure a lot of you guys who are listening and watching did as well. The man himself, Kenan Thompson,
yes, sir,
received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I definitely want to shout out that man. Yo, he's been hard at work since the 90s.
He was a kid, bro.
Yeah, he pretty much helped launch Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying? From All That to Kenan and Kel.
One of my favorite shows.
Oh, man. Good Burger movie. You know what I'm saying? Definitely classic.
Yep.
And then, being on Saturday Night Live as an adult. Yo, that's crazy.
He is the longest, I think, act or something like that dealing with Saturday Night Live.
Really?
Yes.
Like the longest tenure?
Yeah, like nobody has been there longer than him and doing what he's doing. So he's much deserved, I would say.
Yeah, for real.
Bro, to think about, you have to have some type of talent or skill to be in that business that long because first and foremost, you see so many kid stars that, they don't make it to a healthy adulthood. So to see him where he's at now, to still doing
longevity,
it. Bro,
man.
what? That's amazing.
Because if you think about it, like what you just said, it really, like Amanda Bynes popped up in my head, right? Because Amanda Bynes was a co-star of his on All That.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you know, as she got older, she kind of had like the childhood star stereotype.
Yeah.
She was in movies and stuff as she was getting older and turning into an adult. But then something happened. I think I don't want to put stuff out there that I don't really know too much about, but I think she might have ran into some issues.
Yeah.
As an adult. So
I've heard some of that as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's tough. Like it's from what I've seen, it's really tough in the industry. Very few child stars like make it as an adult in that same field. Mm-hmm. Raven Simone was one that did it.
Yeah, she did.
From the Cosby Show all the way up to like, you know, several movies and TV shows she's been in, hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
That's So Raven. Yeah. Now Raven's home as an adult.
Wasn't she on The View?
Yeah, she was a co-host on The View for a little while.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Child acting is something. I mean, if you wanted to stick with it, you know, from a child to adulthood,
yeah.
Hey, I guess you could really do it.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon was another one.
Oh, most definitely. We grew up on them. Like,
yeah,
we were kids when they were kids, and to see, well, they're a little older.
They're older than us.
They're a little older. But you know, to see, we felt like they were the same age as us. That's one thing they were good at. They were definitely good at making them feel like, yo, they're the same age as us.
Yep.
So man, it makes me happy to see those boys and those ladies really thrive and not fall into that child trap that a lot of people do fall into.
For real.
So.
Man, I really wish that Kel was up there too, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's somewhat still relevant. He's just not as famous or in the eye as they are.
But yo, Keenan and Kel was my show back in the day, man.
What? Those two together that was genius, whoever put them together.
It was. Like, supposedly they had a real tight bond on the set of all that. So it's just like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and give y'all your own show.
Yeah.
And even after the success of Good Burger, like, you know, Good Burger was all that skit, and both of them were in that movie together.
Whole movie together. Classic.
Right. So it was like, yo, let's just give you your own show because the chemistry on set is just, I guess it's just great.
Yeah.
So,
you could tell them. You could definitely tell. Salute, man. Salute.
Salute to them. Congratulations, Keenan, you know what I'm saying, getting that star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's a big thing, man. That's kudos to you, brother.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, brother.
So, I really don't like to do this to get into some little heavier news here, but, you know, talking about comedians, man, I found out about this news yesterday on Instagram, and it actually hit me pretty hard because, no, I didn't know this brother. But when I went out to Los Angeles a few years ago, I actually wanted to meet him. Like, I went out to a comedy club with some friends. I got to meet comedian Ryan Davis. I got to see some other celebrities in the audience. And I was hoping to meet this gentleman, but I never got the chance to do so. But comedian Teddy Ray has passed away either yesterday or a couple of days ago as of this recording. And again, it's crazy because I was literally thinking about him a couple days ago before I heard about this news. Because I follow a friend of his on Instagram, and they co-host a podcast together. And I was just like, yo, Teddy got mad big. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping that he would, you know, lose some of the weight before something unfortunate happened. And it seemed, you know, a couple days later, something unfortunate happened. Now, I don't know if his untimely passing had anything to do with his weight.
Yeah.
No official news has been released as of this recording. At least I haven't seen it. But the man just had his 32nd birthday a few weeks ago at the end of July.
That's sad.
When I tell you, man, I used to watch a lot of like all deaf digital skits and you know that same. TV or their YouTube show Roast Me. Man, that was hilarious, man. We're just watching Teddy. Like Teddy, he was a funny individual, yeah. Very much so. And everybody who knew him, you know, spoke highly of him. Said that he was a very caring man as well. You know, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, like how the good die young. And you already know he had a very viral meme. Of course. Not meme, but whatever. It was a viral sound.
What you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, hella ass. The sun is still out, my nigga.
So if y'all don't know who Teddy Ray is by now, you know, after watching that, I'm sure you will realize who he was, man, because he was the originator of that.
double cheeked up on a Thursday. Like, bruh, that's just funny, dog. But yeah, when I saw that, I was definitely shocked. He seemed very young. Well, he was very young to be 32 years old. So I'm sorry to hear that, and I said a prayer actually earlier for his family, but condolences out to his family as well and everybody that really knew him. And yeah, man, prayers to him.
Sad news, but man, like you said, man, condolences to his family, and his legacy will definitely live on.
Mm-hmm. In some semi-lighter news, but not really at the same time, Young Thug, aka Slime Life,
Thugger,
aka we ain't gonna go into too many other names, but y'all know who we talking about.
What happened with Young Thug, man?
Man, unfortunately, it seems that he has been hit with some new felony charges currently right now in the RICO case.
Oh my God!
That ain't good. I think this is going back to what we said last week when we spoke about what Boosie said. He said you can't put 28 eggs into a basket and shake them and not have one crack.
That is true.
Look like some of them eggs is cracking.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
What's going around is somebody in his camp supposedly snitched on him. And Young Thug was recently hit with 6 new felony charges in the RICO case. Now, if we think back to last month, District Attorney of Fulton County, Fonnie Willis, said in the next 60 days, there would be 2 more indictments.
Yeah.
Now, I know that the city of Atlanta is really cracking down on gang activity.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've been reading, they really want to put Thug under the jail because they believe that he is the head and one of the founding members of YSL.
Yeah.
So, 6 new felony charges.
And he ain't even going to court until January.
Right.
I wonder if some of it is like a scare tactic or some of it is like, I don't know. I mean, I don't I know when it comes to like dealing with the law and, the jail and all that, I know they try to use different tactics to like work against certain people. So if he were to see this headline or hear people talking about this, it may make him want to say something to somebody else. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this is all a part of a bigger plot.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's looking like some serious allegations right now that are being brought up against him, in addition to what is already brought up against him.
That's crazy, dog.
So this ain't looking good, man.
Not at all. According to NBCNews.com, the new charges stem from what investigators found during Jeffrey Williams' arrest on the original May 9th indictment at his home in Atlanta's upscale Buckhead neighborhood, authorities said. The initial indictment contained 56 counts against 28 people for alleged involvement in crimes committed on behalf of the Young Slime Life street gang. Mm-hmm. The updated indictment now contains 65 counts, 6 of which apply to Williams.
Dang.
From 56 counts to 65.
Oh, well, they said that it's a 65, but he got 6 of them, plus potentially probably some of the other ones as well, I'm guessing. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot, bro. I'm pretty sure all of them, maybe they probably won't all stick, but with that much against you, it's looking like he's going to be facing some jail time, which technically he's already seeing now. Yeah. But, yeah, it's definitely not looking it's not looking good. It's not a good look.
Not at all, man.
Man. I don't.
So, as of this recording, for the last couple of days, both Young Thug and Gunna have been trending on Twitter.
I mean, I think the internet, you already know, the internet is going to look for their first way out to try to find something to make headlines to talk about. So they probably threw that in there.
Hey, I hope both of those brothers are keeping their heads up. Yeah. I don't know if they're guilty of anything that they've been charged with. Mm-hmm. So I don't necessarily want to say free them. But then again, I don't want to see any of us brothers behind bars. Mm-hmm. But like I said before, don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
But nah, man, big facts. I think that's something that we need to understand and live by. So, not shout out to them, but prayers for them. I do still pray for them, because don't forget that they're still humans.
Of course.
Inside of the jail. So
I'm just sick and tired of seeing us behind bars, yo. Like, all of this stuff is glorified, man.
What? It's even that. You just made me think of something else as well. He passed away a couple days ago. Well, to this recording, he passed away. I think it was Sunday. It was last Sunday. Jada Youngin. Did you hear about him?
Mm-mm.
He was a rapper from Louisiana as well. Well, not as well, but he was a rapper from Louisiana. Younger guy. He was basically killed.
Oh, was that the guy with the blue Corvette?
Blue Corvette. I'm not sure. Did he have dreads?
Yeah.
I mean,
they all do.
He kind of had like a ponytail up top.
As I'm growing my hair out too. Like, I mean,
you probably didn't really hear him. He wasn't very mainstream.
No, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, man. Jada Youngin apparently was killed. Somebody came to his house and just shot up. They shot at him and somebody
his mom's house, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're talking about the same person.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, he didn't live, man. So it's just, I'm tired of seeing either these young rappers die or them get put in jail. It's like a certain trend that you continue to see.
And the crazy thing about it is, when we did the episode talking about Young Dolph when he passed away,
mm-hmm.
and I read out that entire list of rappers who had been taken out, like Dolph was the last one on the list. Guarantee you, if we do another episode on that same topic,
oh man,
there's going to be a bunch more names on that list.
You can at least add maybe 10, 15 names on that list, at least. And that's crazy to say.
It is.
Because you have so many young kids out here still trying to be a rapper.
Like, I know Trouble. I'm sure he's made it to that list.
Yeah. You got Drakeo the Ruler.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, we can continue to name people all day, bro.
Dang.
I mean, that's a dangerous. I think French Montana, I heard him say it. He was like, yo, this is one of the dangerous professions. And he's right. It's dangerous to be a rapper. And it's crazy because it's all like, bruh, if you look at it, it's all kind of almost like a setup in a way, if you don't know how to maneuver. But the mainstream media is going to push out a certain message with each artist, right? Mm-hmm. So if you hear a lot of some of the songs, they're the same. They talk about the same things, right? They're glorifying the same stuff.
But just in a different way on each song. But it's the same thing. Yeah.
And it's perpetuating the same emotions or whatever that may come about from people listening to the music. And it's like a circle. It's like a trend. And it also ends up in the same results, man. I mean, you have some few rappers that, they switch up the way they are, and, they don't get into necessarily that mess, and they continue to make it and make a good career out of it. But a lot of them don't, bro. Especially these young cats, bro. Dude, they go straight for the head, bro.
Yeah.
I listen to some of their music, bro. I had to turn it off. I was like, yo, wait a minute. I am not about this life.
I don't listen to a lot of music anymore at all, because I mostly listen to podcasts. You know what I'm saying? But if we are talking about the same dude who passed away recently, mm-hmm. like I said, he drove a blue Corvette. I think I've seen a video on him, and somebody said that he drove an identifiable car, mm-hmm. just like Dolph did.
Oh, okay.
Because Dolph had that Corvette that was camoed out. Yeah. So if you saw a green camo Corvette driving through, you knew it was Young Dolph. Yeah. And this gentleman had a baby blue, ice blue kind of Corvette, mm-hmm. C8 Corvette, brand new. So it really stood out. Mm-hmm. So anybody could see it and be like, yo, that's him. Yeah. Nobody else drives that car. He's here. Let's get him.
And he was on the interview saying, like, he was still in his city. He said he can go around his city. He's able to. He wants to be there. So it's like, yeah, when you're around your own city, you know how that goes.
And that reminds me, this story I heard a few days ago. O'Shea Duke Jackson talked about it. I don't remember which artist it was, but I guess this is somebody else that can be added to that list. Somebody else who's kind of like up and coming. But this dude literally said, I think he put up either on Instagram Live or he put up on Twitter or just Instagram period, and was like, yo, I'm here, whatever, pull up. Y'all not going to do nothing. Bet you won't.
Yeah.
and then he dropped the address, and then somebody came and took him out.
Yeah. You better watch the power of your tongue. Well, first and foremost, it's about what you do to people, too. It's about the good that you put out or bad that you put out. So you got to be careful of that. But also, man, watch your mouth. Because, dude, your mouth could get you in trouble. Like, you can actually be calling stuff to you, bro, that you don't really want.
For real.
So he literally called it to himself.
I called several $1 million in my life.
I'm serious, bro.
Several million. Where that?
Bro, speak to what you really want. I I heard the brothers from Earn Your Leisure, man. Mm-hmm. I heard something. One of them, he was just like, yo, you got to really speak out what it is that you want to be. I think he said, he talked about Lil Wayne calling himself the best rapper alive. He was like, Lil Wayne called himself the best rapper alive until y'all started calling him the best rapper alive.
That is absolutely true. And now so many people got Lil Wayne in their top 5 artists of all time.
Think about that, bruh.
Top 5 rappers of all time. Like
he would call himself that.
They got Wayne up there with the likes of Jay-Z, Tupac, and Nas.
You know? Come on and look, bro. So he said the power of the tongue is powerful, man. So use it wisely. Yeah. And some of us, we're just not using it as wisely, or we're not thinking about how much of an impact that it has to other people or ourselves.
We are the best podcasters ever.
Yes, sir. Let's say it, man.
Mark my words. What's today's date?
August 13th.
August 13th.
2022.
We are the best podcasters out. We are going to be the #1 podcast in our niche market. Mm-hmm. And we're taking over other niche markets too.
Yes, sir. Respectfully.
We are #1. Disrespectfully.
Okay, I say respectfully.
We are taking over other categories as well. Disrespectfully.
With all due respect. With all due respect, okay.
Yo, I'm claiming it. We are taking it. And I'm not making no excuses for it.
Nah, I agree with that. Respectfully. Nah, facts though. Definitely facts, man. You got to speak it, brother.
You're absolutely right about that, man.
Heavy news. Heavy news.
Heavy news week, bro. Like, I can only imagine what else is going to happen regarding this RICO case. Like Fonnie said, man, 2 new indictments within 60 days. Was this a part of her plan, or are there more coming out that we don't even know about yet? Because she hasn't said anything recently.
Who knows, brother? Who knows? We won't know until she says something. So, I mean, do the right thing. That's basically what it boils down to. If you're not doing nothing wrong, you ain't got nothing to hide.
That's true.
Pick your battles wisely, people.
For real.
Speaking of some situations that people get themselves into, I found an interesting story on YouTube today, and it was this YouTuber, man. I don't know if you ever heard of this guy. He was an Hispanic guy. He was in Mexico, but he was 17 years old, right, B? And hold on, this guy, he basically he was known for flexing a lot of money and drinking a lot. And he got famous off of just doing that. He got famous off of always being online, being extra, showing off all this money, cars, and you know how it goes when people try to like
do it for the gram.
You already know. Yeah. So that's what he was doing. But he was a 17-year-old kid. He pretty much got famous off of that, and he would constantly post videos on like every social media platform. And over time, he continued to get big. And he will continue to get a little bit more wild and wild. Every video, he was always drinking. Like, every video I saw from this guy, he was drinking straight from the bottle. Like, we ain't talking about shots, B. We talking about, like, he taking it to the head.
Wow.
Every time.
On YouTube?
On YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Wow.
And he would, he got so popular that, he would get invited out to these events, these clubs where people would book him just to come out. And he would show more of the same thing. Mm-hmm. And apparently, one day, you fast forward, mind you, he's in Mexico. Mm-hmm. He was a little drunk, intoxicated, and he made like a video of somebody recording him, and he pretty much said in Spanish, he told a cartel kingpin, I guess you would say, he told him to basically suck my private parts.
SMD.
Yeah, pretty much.
He said SMD.
Yeah, and he said it in Spanish, of course, but he said it, and with him being viral, a lot of the times that his video got out, and it got back to that guy. And the guy who he actually insulted was, to this day, he's the number one most wanted guy in America. What? He's most wanted in America, and he's most wanted actually in Mexico.
Wow.
He's a part of the second biggest cartel in Mexico. The number one cartel is Sinaloa cartel. They make a lot of shows like that off of Netflix based off them. They're very dangerous. El Chapo used to run it. We all know who El Chapo is. So basically, this is the second biggest cartel that's in Mexico right now, and this guy made fun of the biggest boss in the cartel. And let's just say the boss got wind of it, and he ended up taking this guy out. And the dude was only 17 years old. He made it seem like he was a lot older than what he was, but the dude was only 17 years old, bro. And all because of what he posted online ended up getting this man, life cut short, basically.
Listen, I know this kid did not watch our channel or did not listen to our podcast episodes, but for those of y'all who are tapped in on a consistent basis, we said this in episode 34 when we were covering the RICO charge for YSL, right? Initially. Mm-hmm. We said that APD, Fulton County District Attorney's Office, all of them, they are monitoring your accounts. They are monitoring your social media. They are monitoring your YouTube, whatever. If you got a camera on it, I'm sure they're watching it. All right? Watch what you put online.
Please.
Watch what you post online. You never know who's watching. You never know who's listening. And whoever you're dissing, that joint can get back to the wrong person. And you've made an op out of somebody who was never an op to you to begin with.
All right.
Come on now.
No, that's facts, man.
Yo, this episode title is probably going to be Pick Your Battles. Because, like, listen, there's a time and place for everything. Mm-hmm. Ain't no way.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Nah, for real, man.
I'm gonna talk down on like a cartel leader. Tell him the SMD.
Yep. And he was drunk. So man, I mean, that don't make it better, but
it don't. But these dudes out here, listen. I've seen enough documentaries to know that these cartels, they don't play games, bro.
No sir.
You ever heard of a Colombian necktie?
I don't think I have.
We'll talk about it after the show. It's pretty graphic, so I'm not going to say it on here.
That's pretty bad.
It is very bad.
I don't think I want
one. You definitely don't want one. But yo, like, these cartels are out here doing stuff like that to people.
Yeah, man.
And it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And it's unfortunate because a lot of times these influencers or people who get big, make it famous, they get famous off of one act, and then when they see that act makes them viral, they'll repeat that same act. And for him, it seemed like to be like kind of like this fast life. Like, I'm gonna show you this fast life that I'm living, and like I said, it included a lot of drinking. So this man, every video he was drinking, so he's clearly not in his right mind.
Right.
So he's continuing to perpetuate that same thing, and you already know it ended in the loss of his life, man. It's tough, bro. So, like you said, B, we got to be careful, man, what we put out on this internet, bro. People are watching. People who you might not even think are watching. They're definitely watching you. So, let's be careful, man. Please. 17 years old.
That's crazy. I don't know what else to say other than that. Like, just watch what you put out there, man.
Yeah.
Because even being here in Atlanta, like, I've seen documentaries about certain gangs with ties back to Mexico. I'm not going to name the name because I don't want this to be seen by the wrong person and having somebody come at me.
Big facts.
But yeah, we could talk more about it afterwards. But yeah, they got heavy presence here in Atlanta. Or in a certain area of Atlanta. I'm not even going to say what area on camera, but if y'all want to talk to me about it, we could talk about it. Yeah. Just be careful out there. Like, you never know who's watching you. You never know who's listening to you.
Please.
You never know, what somebody's trying to do to plot against you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you think you're untouchable, your name ain't Nicky Barnes, right? He was considered Mr. Untouchable. For those of y'all who don't know about Nicky Barnes, I'm sure y'all seen American Gangster, right? You've seen American Gangster, right? Yeah. Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr. played Nicky Barnes in that movie.
Yeah, he was a wild head.
Yeah. So he was a real, I think it was like a cocaine kingpin back in Harlem in the 1960s or 1970s. And he was considered Mr. Untouchable. He did all his dirt in Harlem for decades. Cops couldn't get him. That's how he got that nickname. And then one day they finally caught him. He wasn't untouchable for long. So you just got to be careful, man.
It's like, why, bro? It's like, really why, man? Be careful, man. 17 years old. That's too young.
Very.
Definitely too young. But that made me think of something, though, B. You ever heard about this term called swatting?
No.
I've been learning about this recently. Apparently, this is something big. You know how they have people who like do streaming and, you know, they show their games and different things.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's this thing that people do where if people normally do it if they're trying to get back at you, some type of revenge thing. But what'll happen is they will, while these people are live streaming, they'll somehow figure out these people, where these people live, and they'll call the police and make like a fake kind of like terrorist threat saying, or bomb threat saying they're at this address. And while the people are currently streaming, you'll see the cops come in, break in, SWAT. They come in busting in with guns and everything like that. And it's like they do it as being funny, or they do it like just to get back at somebody, bruh. And apparently this is a real thing, and this has been going on. It's happened recently to two big YouTubers. You know, Aiden. You ever heard of Aiden Ross?
No.
Or I just learned about this guy, I Show Speed or something like that.
No.
Okay, these are two pretty much like YouTubers who do a lot of streaming. They're, you know, Aiden Ross is known for like doing stuff with like, you know, different rappers and stuff like that.
Okay.
But apparently both of them had it happen to them. Somebody figured out their address or whatnot while they were streaming online. Cops came in. They had no clue what was going on.
That's crazy.
And yes, it's called swatting though. But it's been going on for years. Apparently it was originally started by this one guy. He's in jail now for 20 years.
Oh my God!
But this guy basically would do it on a regular basis. He did it so much he was doing like 5 a week. He would call in bomb threats. I remember he was one thing I saw, he was watching the news with his grandma one day. He was like, I wonder if I can evacuate that news station right now. What the fuck? Bro literally made a call. He would hide all his foot tracks. Made a call, called in a bomb threat to the news station as they were filming, and was like, look, grandma, I just did that. The whole news station had to go out. Like, he would do this constantly.
You stupid.
The cops couldn't catch him for a long time, bro.
Wow.
And it wasn't until one day it was these two guys playing Call of Duty. They lost a bet apparently, so one of the guys reached out to the dude who was making these threats because he was bragging about it on Twitter after he would do them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, real dumb.
Stupid.
And he called the dude. He's like, hey, I want you to get back at my friend. Ended up saying, hey, my friend lives at such and such address. And he was like, saying, I bet you won't do it. And the dude was like, okay. So he had the SWAT team come to this address, but the address wasn't the right address. And unfortunately, when the cops came, it was just a regular family in there. And the guy came out with his hands up. And he did something with his hands, put it down. They ended up shooting one of the people that lived at the house. Mind you, this is the wrong house. So somebody got killed off of a fake call that somebody made from their friend trying to get back at them because they were mad over a video game.
Even if it was the quote-unquote right house in the situation, dude would have got shot over Call of Duty.
Dude.
Come on now.
Like, it's a mess. But the guy ended up getting caught. He ended up getting 20 years. And the two other kids who made the call because of the bet, they ended up getting put in jail. Unfortunately, the officer who actually shot the guy, he did not get arrested. But it's just, to even think about something like that is a real thing, bro. It's scary. It's like, I don't know. I just thought that was a random topic today that I saw. And it's, just be careful, bro.
For real. You know? That's nuts, yo. I didn't even know that was a thing until today.
I did not know myself. It's really big with streamers, though. People who stream. Because you just don't make nobody mad. You know, because, you know, online, people, they be getting a little extra online.
Of course.
So, I think that's where it stems from. But
so, do you think we should start live streaming this year?
Well, I mean, yeah, we definitely can. Because I think we promote positive content, but
I'm sure we'll still have haters.
Of course. We'll still have haters, but I won't entertain them. I don't care to entertain you. If you're hating to me, you really care about me because you're taking the time out to
That's a good way to look at it. That is really a good way to look at it.
Come on, you're spending your time talking about me or thinking about me, so you really care about me in some way. So I love all you haters, man. I love you. I really do. So.
Love you too.
Oh man.
Of course, we love the supporters, man. Definitely love the supporters.
Always.
But, we love the haters equally. You know what I'm saying? We there with it. Speaking of haters, I don't know what's going on in this situation, but some people have been talking about some shadiness has been going on at Power 105 in New York. Mm-hmm. Not too long ago, as of this recording, probably about 3 or 4 days ago, Angela Yee tweeted, "The Breakfast Club as you know it is officially over." So that got a lot of people talking. And eventually, her new venture was announced. So according to the Shade Room, Angela Yee announced her departure from the Breakfast Club, and she will host her own daily show later this year. So supposedly, she initially broke the news on air. Okay, I said it was a tweet. My bad. I didn't look into this too well. But she broke the news on air that she's leaving the Breakfast Club for her own syndicated talk show. And her podcast, Lip Service, is going national. And she's going to be doing both. Mm-hmm. So she won't be able to do Breakfast Club. Not too long after that, it looks like there was some shady stuff going on. DJ Envy was apparently walking into the building where they record at, and he had to pull his badge out, and he was he was recording himself pulling his badge out, which I don't know why, but he was like, I hope that this card works. He had the badge into the building. It's like, I hope this ID card works. Well, what do you know? It still works. And then Angela Yee commented on the post, and she said, "For now." Do you think that this might have been some kind of amicable split, or there might have been some like shadiness going on behind the scenes, or she just
Nah, bro. I don't think it's nothing shady at all. I think Angela Yee is just taking her talent
to South Beach,
bruh. Boy, if you don't get,
I mean, probably she just but she's been doing a lot of other things, and I think she's having the opportunity now to start up her own, and I definitely respect that. I listen to the Breakfast Club pretty much every week, so of course I don't want to see Angela Yee go. One of my favorite segments is the Rumor Report, so I'm gonna miss her. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I was listening to her this week talk about it. She said she'll still be there until they find somebody to replace her, and until she gets the full details of her own show. But I don't think it was nothing spiteful. I think this was all planned. I think they really know. They just know what will also stir people and get them talking about them.
Makes sense, because that really threw me off. Like, seeing him talking about, I wonder if this card will work,
bro.
And then she said, "For now." Like, I was like,
come
what?
on, they know what they're doing. Trust me. I'm just interested to see who's gonna replace her. That's definitely will be a dream job to whoever gets it, because they're getting put into an opportunity that's already like seasoned and like
well
ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So shouts out to whoever gets that. I heard they're really gonna like have like a talent kind of search when they do it too. So. But I think it's fine. I think it's all plotted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting to know, and that's pretty much the news on that. Best of luck to Angela Yee and her future endeavors, and best of luck to Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy and their search for Angela's replacement on the show.
Yeah, man. Big shoes to fill.
Word.
Big stepper.
Speaking of big steppers, what time is it, brother?
Brother, you already know it's that time, man. It's that time. It's that time. I just said it's that time.
Clearly.
I don't know.
Do you actually know what time it is? And I'm not talking about the clock.
I don't even know what time it is. Now, let me stop. Man, y'all already know, man. It's that time. I'm not going to say time no more, but it's that time.
Bruh. You just said it again. What is wrong with you?
Oh, man. It's that time.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. For real. But nah, for us, that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the hour where we get into the answers of the week. Y'all already know, man. Thank y'all for answering each and every question that was given. Or, it was only one question that was given. But thank you for each and every answer that was given. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And let's get into it.
What was the question from last week's episode, Mike?
So the question from last week's episode is, if what goes around comes around and it comes back around to you, would it help you or hurt you?
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
We got a bunch of answers for this one. So we thank each and every single one of you guys who did take your time to answer this because you could have been doing anything else, but you responded to our post and we really appreciate it. So I don't know if I answered this in the last episode.
I think you did.
You think I did?
You did.
Do you remember what I said?
I don't.
Bruh. I don't either. But if I did answer it in the last episode, I need y'all to go back to the last episode and hear my answer because I'm not saying it now because I don't even remember. But go ahead and check out episode 38 because you guys will enjoy it anyway. If you haven't checked it out, that is. But what I did answer in this post, I said karma can be a real. I mean, I've met her before with a couple of emojis. And Mike, what did you type in here, man?
Yeah, I think I wrote something like, I know everything will be good because everywhere I'm trying to go, I'm trying to be a light. So I realize that everything I put out is intentionally good. And I do that on purpose so that, I receive good in return. That's the goal.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
All right. So first up, from Lady Tanae, she said, it would help me more than hurt. Of course, we have all probably done something that would have karma looking at us sideways. However, I believe intent makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. Big fact. I like that.
Who's next?
So from Nidia Khadijah, she said, considering how much I've asked for forgiveness and repented, karma would be pretty awesome to me. LOL. Few years back, nope. Hell no. LOL. And we just say we feel you on that. Glad you changed for the better.
Most definitely. From Zay Hayes, he said it would help him.
That's it.
That's it.
Sometimes that's all it is.
Facts.
So from Devin versus me, he said it would help me grow because I want others to know that they are not alone, and my goal is to give positive energy when needed.
Dig that.
Straight like that.
From Nizzy Naya, she said karma would be good to me. I have good intentions, and I help when I can if I'm able to.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Shout out to you, yo.
For real.
So from the Jersey Esthetician, she said, karma would be great to me because I've always put out good. I've been good when people even weren't good to me. Yes, sir. That's the way to do it, man.
Of course. Next up, from Will to Create Entertainment, he said it would help me. Although, just like everyone else, I've met the before also.
Bruh.
Nah, facts. From our favorite podcaster friend, The Roll Up, he said karma has definitely been a bitch to me in the past, but I've been forgiven, and I believe I'm on the good side of karma now. Amen.
Big facts. We dig that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it looks like that's all the answers for this week. And we definitely appreciate each and every single one of you guys for taking the time to answer the question.
Yes, sir.
And listen, we cannot leave without giving you a new question to answer. This time, I promise we're going to post it early. Mm-hmm. We're not going to wait till the last minute for this one.
Maybe we got a decent amount of answers.
We did get a decent amount of answers.
When we did, yeah.
Real talk. But I'm definitely going to make sure that I post it ahead of time now. So, this week's question of the week is, drum roll please. What is the meaning of peace to you?
Gotta love peace, man. Gotta love peace.
Gotta love peace. Now that's a good question.
It's a great question.
I think peace can mean a lot to a lot of people, but I'm gonna save my answer for next week. I don't want to get into all of that today.
I like that. I like the question in general because I love peace. So, I definitely got something I'm gonna give y'all. Not today. I'm gonna wait till I want to see everybody else's answers here. Well, not see. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna read it.
Yeah, see. We're
gonna see what people type.
Yeah, I want to see what y'all gonna come up with. But I'm definitely interested to expand on this one though. Maybe we can make this one an episode. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Think about it. We don't talk about peace enough, but peace is important because without it, trust me, you wouldn't really like life that much.
But without the opposite of peace, how would we even know what peace is?
That is true. That makes you think. Can't have the yin without the yang, I guess.
Most definitely. So, y'all already know how you can reach out to us and answer the question of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you following us on Instagram at Residual Impact Podcast.
Check.
Or you can follow our backup page at Residual Impact.
Check.
Follow us on Twitter at Residual Impact.
Check.
Follow us on TikTok at Residual Impact.
Check.
Or you can go ahead and email us at residualimpactpodcast@gmail.com.
Check.
Or, last but not least, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and leave the answer to the question of the week in the comments. We love to see the feedback from y'all. We love to read the comments and interact with you guys. So if you want to answer the question in your own YouTube right now, go ahead and type it into the comment section. And we'll go ahead and read it in next week's episode.
Period.
So is there anything else that you wanted to cover today, man? Or you think we got everything on the docket?
No, I think that was it for me, man. Personally, I think we touched on a lot of good topics. You know, touched some hard spots and soft spots. And I think it was overall a decent episode.
Most definitely. Remember, please pick your battles. There's a time and place for everything.
Yes, Lord.
Just be mindful of what you're doing when you're doing it, because you never know how it could come back on you. For real. So with that being said, this has been another wonderful episode of the Residual Impact Podcast, episode 39.
39 with 90 subscribers. Y'all better recognize.
Hey, let's get to 100 subscribers by next week's episode.
Yeah.
So if you're watching us again on YouTube and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure you are following us. Make sure you are tapped in with us, because we're only going to keep dropping gems and nuggets every chance that we get, and you don't want to miss out.
Big facts. We love y'all.
Most definitely.
Thank you for coming into our home.
We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And you know we cannot leave without saying,
where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts that you've had in the past.
straight like that.
For sure.
Till next time. Peace.